going to add our void on trigger enter 2D, much as we have done before, and we'll say collider 2D other, and we add our squiggly brackets, and here we're just going to say destroy game object. Perfect. Save this, do the converting again if you have to, and then we'll hit play once that's finished compiling into the game. And it should be, now we should see that our ninja throwing stars can like fly through the air and hit enemies, or not. No, well, that's the problem, of course. If you don't add a script to the ninja star, nothing is going to happen. So ninja star controller speed, we'll say let's give him a speed of 8. Again, hit apply, hit the play button this time. We should see the one up here fly off to the right. So he goes flying. We can throw our ninja stars. Perfect, just like we wanted. They destroy themselves when they hit player. Not doing any damage to the enemy yet, but we're going to sort that out in a minute. But the other problem is if we're facing left, oh, the ninjas still are trying to travel right. As you can see, you can kind of see them. They appear for a second and then they hit the player and then they get destroyed. So that's really not what we want to happen either. So a very simple way to do that is we'll add another variable here of a player controller, and we'll just call this player, and we'll do the same again of getting that player controller. So we'll just take that code from, say, our camera controller here, doesn't really matter. So we'll say again player is equal to find object of type, so pop that in there, and then in our start loop we will say if player.transform.localScale.x, so that'll get the x value, which is determining whether he's facing left or facing right. So if that is less than 0, so basically if he's facing left, then we'll say speed is equal to minus speed. So what that'll do is it'll take the speed value we have, it'll say if he's facing left, okay, we want the velocity to be minus 8, so that once the object is fired, it'll head off to the left. So we'll do that. We'll check that out here now in the game. Hit play here, and perfect. So now we've got our ninja stars flying off to the left, or flying off to the right. But we've got a little bit of a problem here. It's a little bit close to the player, and you can see. Oh no! This is a different problem that's happening. Sorry, it's colliding with the checkpoint. We'll sort that out in a little bit, but that's, for the moment, we're okay with that. But when we're moving like this, it's colliding with the player. So I think what we actually need is we need to pull this a little bit away from the player. So just say about there. So now if we hit play again, yeah. So now when you're walking, it doesn't accidentally hit off the player and get collided with him. Okay, that's fine. So, but it's not doing any damage to the enemy at all. So what's the point in having this thing if we're not going to be able to kill our enemies? So we'll head back into the script again. No, actually, before we head back in the script, we need the object to be able to know what is hitting is the enemy. And at the moment, there's nothing really to define this enemy here. I mean, he has an enemy patrol script, so we could say we could get it to check what the other object is, and we could get it to look for that script on the object and then decide, oh, it's an enemy, okay, we can destroy him. But another very simple way to do it is to add a tag to this enemy. So we have a little tag option here. You can see untagged, and if you drop this down, we've got like a few different things. We've got respawn, finish, blah 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 blah. What we're going to do is add a tag here. We're going to add a new tag, and we're going to call this enemy. So and that's all you have to do. Just add that. Just type in enemy there. We'll head back to our enemy here. We're going to hit tag, and we're going to select enemy. And then in our script, we're going to say, okay, so the object gets destroyed when it hits something. But before it destroys itself, we wanted to check for the enemy. So we'll say if other.tag is equal to enemy. So now we know that we're hitting an enemy here at our squiggly brackets. Destroy other.gameObject. Save that. Hit play once it's all compiled out again. And now, hopefully, our shurikens or ninja stars, whatever you want to call them, boop, okay, enemy gone. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. But it's a little bit kind of boring. He just kind of disappears. That's kind of not very exciting for anybody. So we're going to add another option here. So in our launch icon, we're going to say public game object enemy death effect, and when our enemy gets hit, we're going to make it instantiate this object. So we're going to say instantiate. Oh no, that's a completely wrong thing. Instantiate. There we go. Enemy death effect, and the point we want to happen at is other dot transform dot position and other dot transform dot rotation. So we'll save that, pop back in over here, and what I want to do is go to our Ninja Star. Once it's finished compiling here we go, scroll down. So now we've got another extra space here, and what we're going to do is take the same death effect that we used for the player, our death particle, pop that in there, hit apply again, hit play. So now once we hit him, boom, he explodes. Perfect. Now we have a little bit of an impact effect, but at the moment as well also we want the Ninja Stars to like do something once they hit, because it looks a bit lame that they just hit the wall and nothing happens. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to take this we'll take the death particle one, that's fine. We'll pop that there. We'll just put it on looping for now so that we can keep track of it, and we're going to go to game object and break prefab instance. So now it's no longer a prefab over here, so we can make it a completely new thing. So we're going to rename this to Ninja Star Impact. We're going to make this roughly the same kind of grey as the Ninja Star, so we'll say, I don't know, around about there. We don't want so many of them. We want to go to our emission down here, and instead of 30 particles, let's just bring this down to like 3. And we don't want them firing out so far. That's way too big of an impact for such a tiny little weapon. So we'll make our lifetime much shorter. See, he goes much shorter, and we'll make